Oh, it's definitely collaborating with other people. 100%. Like when I was in the Philippines, I worked with a guy called Donnie Pangilinan. And we ended up writing the song Dream in like 10 to 15 minutes. And the look on his face when I had come up with like the lyrics and the melody was just like, oh, this is so good. And then I think it made me so happy because it made me realize that, yes, like I love singing and I love songwriting and this is what I want to do in the future. And I eventually want to collab with other people and help write songs for them in the future one day as well. Definitely a singer-songwriter, so hopefully I can perform my songs on stage myself. But I would also love to try a bit of indie. Yeah, I think it's going to be my 2022 goal, to challenge myself to do a bunch of different genres, sort of steering away from the mainstream pop. I think, yeah, I definitely want to challenge myself to do indie, but I could see myself as a sort of pop singer-songwriter. Yes.
Except indie.
Except indie. Oh my gosh. You know, I actually want to be able to write songs in Mandarin. Because I'm currently studying Mandarin, and I can speak a little bit of it. But yeah, and I've actually written a song in Mandarin, but my Chinese friends had to help me translate because like I came up with the melody, but my Chinese ability is not good enough to be able to write lyrics. So in the future, I would love to be able to write my own Mandarin songs and speak fluent Chinese.
So do you have any favorite Mandarin singer?
Not yet, but if you guys could give me any recommendations, that would be super cool too. Hopefully by the end of 2022. I know it seems so far away, but time actually goes by so fast. Like 2021 for me has gone by so fast. Hopefully I will have an EP or an album out. I'm planning on getting a lot of my songs recorded and produced and put out onto all these streaming platforms for everyone to listen to. Taylor Swift's All Too Well.
Okay.
Adele's new album, especially her Easy on Me. And I really like Justin Bieber's new music. So with the Kid Laroi, I think, you know, the Stay song.
Stay,
Ghost, I think Ghost is such a good song. So all of the stuff that Justin Bieber is producing right now is really good, especially because I was a big believer when I was like 11.
Me too.
You know, with Baby and all that, I had the biggest crush on him. But for me to love that music, and then for him to sort of like transform into this new artist, but for me to still love his music now, I think is super cool.
Yeah, my first concert is his concert.
Oh, it's so cute, right? And when he sang like One Less Lonely Girl,
yeah,
I was like,
I saw the picture of you and Shawn Mendes on your Instagram, and I have to tell you, I love Shawn Mendes.
Oh my gosh, I love Shawn Mendes too.
Yeah. So I have to ask you this question. What's your favorite Shawn Mendes song?
Oh, okay. You know, my all-time favorite one is Life of the Party. But you know what? I have a really like big sort of achievement, but I was one of his like first subscribers. So really? When he first released Life of the Party, he only had like 10 or 20,000 subscribers. I subscribed to him when he had that few subscribers. So I had known him since he released Life of the Party. And ever since I heard that song, I was like, I love you. I want to marry you one day. I don't think that'll be possible, but keep producing music as good as this. And I think from then on, all of his music has been super good. So I'm currently in university. I'm at Hong Kong U. And I'm studying psychology. I would love to be a clinical psychologist and help people. There's this really cool phenomenon that I want to talk about actually. It's called post-performance depression. And it's basically where like, it happened to me where like you go on stage, let's say in front of like 10,000 people, right? And you're so excited and you have so much adrenaline. But then after you get off stage, you feel so like empty and like low, and you're like, you know, this massive change in sort of, let's say, like chemicals in your body. And that sort of turns, musicians and artists to like, relying on, alcohol and drugs and like having substance use. So I would love to help musicians or artists or just people in general that suffer from this post-performance depression phenomenon. I think it's when people, I guess, disagree with you, because I think music is really subjective. So I think when people are like, oh, maybe this song doesn't sound as good or blah, blah, blah. But then I also realize like not everyone is the same. Not everyone is going to have the same favorite song. Like I'll show the exact same song to 5 different people. 4 people love it, 1 person will hate it. And in the beginning, I was so focused on the people that didn't like it that I forgot to acknowledge the people that did like it. And then I had a massive shift in mindset where I started focusing on the actual positive things rather than the negative. So I definitely think the hardest thing for me would have been overcoming, just focusing on the dislikes. Whereas now, I'm a lot more optimistic and I'm like, hey, I don't like every song either, so I'm just gonna make sure that I focus on the good things rather than the bad things. Okay, so I would say check out my new song, Tell Me. It's out on all streaming platforms. And I think that song, it's got a pretty catchy melody to the point where everybody in my dorm starts singing the song every time they see me, and they've only heard it once. So I would say check out Tell Me, but if you are also someone that's severely missing your best friend because of COVID or missing somebody because of the pandemic and haven't been able to see them, then my song Best Friend is for you. I actually went to Taiwan before the pandemic, and I was only there for 1 day. So I would love to go back and try the food because I heard that the food is so good. So yeah, I would definitely love to visit Taiwan once, the pandemic eases up and the restrictions are a little bit easier, just so that I can fully experience what Taiwan has to offer. Oh my gosh, I do. It was Avril Lavigne's CD with the track, Girlfriend, Skater Boy.
I know.
It is Girlfriend, isn't it? Yeah, Skater Boy, all those. And I was really rocking out to Avril Lavigne. And I loved her blonde hair with like pink strands. So I made my parents buy me some like temporary dye so I could dye my hair like Avril Lavigne. And I was like jamming out like Skater Boy. And it was with my hat and everything. It was so funny. Back in the day when we had CDs. That's so funny. It's definitely got to be a lot of, a lot of the Taylor Swift ones. I would say, So first breakup, I would say We're Never Getting Back Together by Taylor Swift. And then I would say maybe Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Sort of like, one of those love songs. And I would say... One Less Lonely Girl by Justin Bieber. When I was literally 12 and it came out, I was like, I'm someone that writes songs like Justin Bieber does to me. I'm gonna be his One Less Lonely Girl. So yeah, definitely those 3 songs would definitely be in the soundtrack.